Go figure. That's twice. Okay, I figured it out. I changed the alarm. You need a break. No, you don't. It must be set for an hour or something. Fix now. All right. All right. Oh, crap. My glasses, of course. Lights out. That stupid thing. Right afterwards, I don't know how much of that you saw. I think you saw the fish, right? There you go. It said the brake thing again. I was like, what? So this time I clicked on the settings part of it, and evidently it's got some new thing where they set it for, I'm guessing, an hour, and then it just cuts you off after an hour. So it said customize. I'm like, 8 hours. You can go higher than that, but I was like, 8 hours. I'm definitely not gonna be on for 8 hours. I'm just saying, like, no chance of it not going off on me. So break reminder. What the heck? Something new for sure. Oh. All right, two in the books. Yeah, it was a big one too. Um, that one had a lot more black on it. Weird. A lot more black. And that's one we would not keep for sure. It's still interesting. Like I'd have to do some more research to see if they're like bad or whatever, but or if it's bad to eat them. But my favorite fish, is a fish, hands down, not even a question. But it's so hard to catch. Is walleye, hands down. Like it's like I can't even describe it. It's like eating. If you like fish, it's like eating the steak of fish. It's hard to describe. It is the best fish. Like I have not met a person that has had walleye. They serve walleye in like high end restaurants. If that gives you any idea, it's very hard to catch because they've got like this razor blade for teeth. Like you can't like a fish like no, you're not picking it up. Like I can grab a bass by its mouth and pull the hook out, whatever. Same with those. Those have like little kind of sandy teeth. A walleye, you're gonna lose your finger, like the razor blade for teeth, like piranha type stuff. So yeah, you have to grab them very carefully. But taste wise, amazing, super good fish. Smallmouth bass are pretty good too. Any bass species is good, but I caught way back in the day. I caught a smallmouth bass that was probably the neighborhood of like 5 pounds. It was a big. Like I actually won an award for it. It was so big. This was in Kansas. Um, it was amazing. That it was up there with walleye, but walleye's got every fish beat in my opinion. Now ocean fishing, I don't know if I've got a favorite one yet. Mahi mahi is definitely a top favorite of mine. I love it. Um, but other ones like anything like eating was it sashimi? Raw fish. I'm down for that all day long. So get some Japanese horseradish. What do they call it? Wasabi. Yeah, a little lime, lemon. Good stuff. Oh, man, this hat. I don't think I need a hat anymore. It's not daylight. Oh, walleye. Oh, yeah, so good. Like I said, it's a hard fish to catch. I mean, usually you got to have some kind of like steel braided line, leader, whatever. I've only caught a few in my lifetime. They're very difficult to catch, and they're kind of they tend to hang around like rocky areas, like dams and things like that. So they're a hard species to figure out for sure, for me, anyways. But I don't think there's in this river lake system. I don't think there is any walleye that I've heard of. But man, they are a good fish. Woo! But bass all day long, yeah, they're good. Yeah, definitely. If you ever get into a restaurant or a fancy restaurant, or just search it like in your area, I'm sure they got to have it somewhere. But there was actually a restaurant in when I was living in Kansas. I think it was in which they have a lot of lakes that have a lot of walleye. Um, there was a restaurant, I think in Lawrence. I think it was Lawrence, somewhere in that area that had they served walleye, and oh, it was amazing. I've never had a bad walleye. Just the texture. Like you have some fish that you eat and it's like bony and it's just hard to eat, and I don't know, it's not that good, but yeah, walleye bass are pretty good. Like trout can be pretty bony, bluegill can be pretty bony. Crappie, I love crappie, but there's just not those fish. Some of the smaller ones, they just don't have a ton of meat on them. So yeah, salmon's really good. Kill me some salmon. Do the same thing. I'll do like butter and different types of seasoning and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, if you ever get the experience, well, I will. I mean, it's better than I love salmon and all that, but it's even better than that. Sorry, I'm looking at a. I don't know if I'm looking at two jets flying side by side, or you never know. In Nevada, it could be aliens. Really weird. I actually one time I was in with my son and Adam, and we were camping in Utah, and we saw two fighter jets flying side by side. We were that's when we did the Virgin River video. That was like my fourth video I ever did. Horrible editing. Horrible editing. I tried, but it was long. It was a long video, but man, that place was gorgeous. But anyways, we saw two fighter jets on that one. It's kind of weird, a little bit what I'm seeing now, maybe. It's like a really bright one, and one's moving, but he's not moving consistently in the same direction. Bizarre. You'll see Starlink and stuff out here at night. I've seen trains that like trains of Starlink satellites that'll go for like 20, 30 minutes. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's definitely hard to edit, especially for me. It's like certain things I want to do in editing, but it's like I just don't have the technical skills to do it. But it's like in my mind, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I could do X, Y, Z. Or I need to hand my stuff off to somebody who's Really good at that type of stuff. Oh, still stretching my neck out. Yeah, it's fun. At same time, like editing, as tough as it can be, is like there's a piece of me that enjoys it for sure. Like sit down, you just kind of it's basically, I mean, it's your creation. It's what you make of it. It's what you do. Your thoughts, different scenes you wanted to record. There's out here for me, it's more just random. I film so much stuff because I just never, typically I never know what I'm gonna catch. Like the fishing videos are really hard because um, you're trying to catch them or you're trying to capture the moment you catch the fish. Well, you may cast 50 times before you catch a fish. Well, you got to kind of remember when you did it as you're editing, you know. So I try to do it to where it's like fast. It's like zip, 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 onto a new area or whatever. But sometimes I forget. Like if I have a good weekend, I'm catching quite a bit of fish. I'll forget when I caught them. So I have to rewatch all that stuff and figure it out. That can be kind of hard. But other videos that I'm doing, it's like not too rough. It's just a matter of piecing it together, right? So I had one out here early on that I was doing, and I did have like remember the specific occasions of I was doing underwater footage, and I had this one where I was underwater and I had captured all these big bass swimming, and I got to this certain point, and I remember specifically in the video where I was at, and all of a sudden I'm underwater and it's just this giant school of like real tiny baby fish, but the sun was coming through the water at a certain angle, and all these baby fish were swimming through the light, and it just sparkled. It was gorgeous. That footage never came out. I was so ticked off. Like, I don't know what happened. It was like I came out of the water at one point, and I remember that point, and went to go, and it was like gone. Like, just wasn't there. I'm like, that is crap. I was so hot, man. Like some of the coolest stuff I catch, and it just doesn't come out. Like the camera overheats. I've had that happen. I was fishing across over here in a cove, caught I think it was a smallmouth bass, and the camera had overheated, and I didn't know it. It was on my head, and it cut off. So the moment I actually caught the fish wasn't on there, but I'm like, oh look, so once it cooled off, I filmed it like, hey, look, I caught a fish, but sorry, you didn't get to see it. So that type of stuff. GoPros are kind of notorious for overheating, so you're out there in the sun, and too, like some of the times I've been out here, it's for real been like 120. I think the highest I experienced out here was my truck said it was 127. I don't doubt it. It was ridiculously hot, like hottest I've experienced 122, and this was for sure hotter. It was dumb. I kept jumping in the water like for real, every 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, my clothes would be dry. I was going in with clothes on, they'd be dry. It was so hot, but the nights are so nice. So, anyways, I'm babbling. Yeah, it's oh, I got salt on my wound. But yeah, it's trial and error. You just gotta learn. If you don't enjoy doing it, then no reason to do it. But I know when I first started, I didn't have quite the vision I have now, where now I can see certain scenarios or things that are happening, or remember like what's next. But yeah, the hardest part for me is that I have to film quite a bit in order to get just a little bit of content of what I'm trying to show, regardless of what it is. Like I remember for example, I was hiking through a valley one time, and I was recording the entire hike because I don't know what's going to happen at any given moment, and I'm glad I was, because I came around this corner and these two. I was in an area I had never seen anything besides like jackrabbits and coyotes. And I came around this corner, and two giant mule deer popped out of nowhere and started running up the hill. And I was like, I caught that moment, and then filmed them for a little bit after that. But so it's those kind of moments where it's like some of the footage is hard to grind through, but man, you get some cool stuff. It's always the surprise, like legit surprise moments that happen, and nature is full of them. I was actually hiking on this shoreline. It was when the water receded real bad. I decided to go out and see how far I can make it down, and I'm sitting there walking along, and I have never in my life come like face to face with a coyote. I've seen them at a distance and all that, but this one, it was like I came around this corner and boom, this coyote's sitting there. I'm like, okay. And he just kind of gets up and he's like, walks away from me and goes into this like bush line. And I'm like, closest I've ever been for sure. And I wasn't filming. It was just like, just one of those random moments I was out walking around. So I do have one of the things I've been trying here lately is like, because if you're out here filming all the time and you're doing all this stuff, it gets to be a grind. So I've been trying to do a deal where I come out here and I spend the typically I'll spend the first day just doing my own thing, exploring, whatever, and then I'll start filming the second day. Um, this weekend I was like, I was not going to film yesterday, but I knew that the wind I was going to be dealing with. I was like, I'm going to have to film Friday, and then Saturday will be what it's going to be. And sure enough, it was windy as all get. I wouldn't even made it down, so. Yeah, I sleep in a tent. You are back. I've done both actually. I've got hammock setup hammock setups that you do in trees. I've done that. I've got multiple different types of hammocks where I've got ones with nets on them, where if you got a lot of flies or whatever, I'll do that. I've got open hammocks, and then I've got cots that you just pop up on the ground that stay a little bit above the ground. Sleep like that. Typically, I can think of. I don't know if I've slept on the ground in this area because actually, right where I'm at, technically right now, is massive amounts of spiders. And look, I can sit there and show you guys the shoreline right now, and it's like there's like 10,000 eyes looking back at you. Shine the light, it's just thousands of spiders. You cannot be afraid of bugs or anything like that and be out here. Um, but then it's the rattlesnakes, the other stuff. I actually last night I was eating some more mint Oreo cookies, and I was pretty tired. It was a campfire. I was real relaxed, and I started to fall asleep. And I woke up to Peanut Butter, the raccoon, snagging the cookies out of my hand. Scared the crap out of me. I jumped up. I was like, it took a second for my brain to like catch up. Yeah, so that's why if you're in a rocky area, the best thing to do is a hammock, like not a hammock, a cot where you just it folds out and lay it on. But man, it's just something about it. It's being out in the open like that, off the ground, and sleeping. It's peaceful. I can sleep like a baby. It's not too scary as long as you're like not in an area. I mean, say if there's like bears and it's actually some of the places I do camp have mountain lions and bobcats and stuff like that. But typically, I've only come across two mountain lions in all of my years. One bear. Um, but yeah, not too often. More coyotes and tons of burros, and just a bit like it just depends on the area you're in. But let me say about the bear. Yeah, this area we don't have bears, thankfully, that I'm aware of anyway. Um, yeah, I can't remember where that bear was at. It was up north, way, way, way up north. California has a bunch. I don't remember. This was like way back in the day. Like I don't know if it was Montana or somewhere. old age, foggy memory. But yeah, you hear all these stories of like bears and food and cleaning your stuff up, like people getting snagged out of their tents. Like, no thanks. Mountain lions are scary enough, you know, but that's something we do have not a ton of, but they are here for sure. But thankfully, not a lot of them. Oh, the fire's getting weak. Need my flashlight. Well, my hooks are still on. I'll go. Man, a couple of fish back to back and then silence. It's not too cold right now. I'm by the fire. Yeah, it's definitely better. It's definitely cool out here. It's um, during the summertime out here. It's to me, it's real. I'm a person that I love hot temperatures. So when it's in the 90s, 100, I'm good. Like I like that type of temperature. But here recently, it's been getting down into the 50s ish, and it's definitely chilly. Oh, nice. Big old splinter in my leg. Kicking that wood got me. But yeah, let's see what. Sorry, I'm blind. Yeah, I'm alone, all by my lonesome. Except for you, you're with me. We're out here doing this fishing. Yeah, it don't bother me. I've always been the type of person that I can entertain myself pretty easily. Get out here. I love to explore, and I'm constantly finding stuff. I'll walk the shorelines. It's pretty cool. Hear them splashing down there. It's about that time of the evening. Peanut butter will roll out the raccoon and start chomping. I had to already put a big old, like, pretty good sized Tupperware type container I keep all my food in. That is currently in my truck right now. That guy is like snagging all my food. It's weird. There's something splashing right down on the shoreline down there. Getting in that active time in the evening when the fish will just start splashing like crazy. Now we just need to come up here and take a chomp of some shrimp. Still on, still on, still on. It's only the one pole down there that's done any good all night. Interesting. That's the one that I walked out in the water up to about my knees and just chucked it out there. Barely a breath of wind. It's like maybe 1 mile, 2 mile an hour. It's really calm out here. Water's like glass right now. Got a little tiny ripple to it, but pretty calm. Oh, so nice. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I am always out there swimming. That was this morning. Or actually this afternoon. I was swimming. This after kayaking like 8 miles yesterday. My neck was all bound up. The water's like really cold right now. So I was like, it is what it is. I need something like. So I actually was sitting in the water, kind of that shock to the system, help prepare your muscles and all that. But of course, I was collecting driftwood for tonight, and even my camp setup. I've got quite a bit of wood set up over there already. So out there collecting all that stuff, you get kind of hot going back and forth. But yeah, during the summertime, the water's like ridiculously nice. I grew up in San Diego, where it's ocean, swimming in the ocean, and the Pacific Ocean is only really warm for a small period of time, but it's pretty cold water, and I would swim in it all year long. So I got kind of used to the cold water. But the very first time back in May when I hit this water, it I hadn't swam in quite a while, but I got in the water and it literally took like the air from my lungs. I jumped in, I was like, just that feeling like, oh my God, that's cold. But kind of gotten acclimated to it now. I'm not sure, like, it's gonna be interesting. Next year I'll experience the same thing, but see what it's like. I don't know what temperature it was for sure, but I feel like the temperatures I'm experiencing now are the coldest I've felt so far, but still not horrible. Not horrible at all. It's an okay tent. It's one of the. I actually just bought a brand new one. I'm using it for the first time this weekend. I go through tents like, I mean, if you can imagine, I'm out like every single weekend, so you actually start going through stuff pretty fast. I go through chairs. I go through. I'm on my fourth canopy, fourth or fifth canopy of the year. I'm on my third tent of the year. The zippers will wear out. Just all kinds of stuff. Get little holes in them. But the last one I was using, it was a Coleman, and I kept waking up to spiders inside the tent, spiders and or like these little baby roaches, and I'm like, where the heck are they coming from? And I was fighting the zipper constantly. It would like you zip it and it would stay unzipped, and finally I was like, you're done. So I bought it's an Ozark Trail. It's like a Walmart brand. It's been all right so far this weekend, no problems. So, but just get a cheapy one. Like I bought the expensive ones, and they have all the same problems. So I have this one called. I really like it though. It's called a solitaire. Solitaire, I think solitaire. But it's like basically a base and then all net. It's really easy to set up, super fast to set up. But the thing I like about it is it's like for when you're doing like watching the like flying stars and all that, like the meteor showers. Um, it's super cool for that because it's just all you see is the sky. You see the a little bit of the pole reflection and all that, but very little. But it's all net, so it's just you feel like you're sleeping outside. That was real nice, but that was like 100 and phew, I think that tent was like 130, $140, something like that. Or the tent I got this weekend's like $30. So, but yeah, I seem to be going through stuff fast. It's just wear and tear. As much as I use it. It's like I've had a couple of chairs tap out this year. Had them for a while, but just all of a sudden, like little brackets will break loose or this or that. So it happens. What are you gonna do? See if there's any kangaroo rats jumping around out here. Always the goal, not to lose your glasses. Toasty. No kangaroo rats and no fish currently. Oh, the warmth. Oh, 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 snap. Two at once. Two at once. We are on double. Oh, crap. Oh, which one do I go for first? Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. It's that time of night. I just have. Okay. Oh, wow. At the exact same time. This fishing pole I actually had to run out in the water to get. It was going bye-bye. If I'd have left this overnight, I would have come back to no fishing pole. Come on. Whew. Stay away from my other line. So far, oh, he's a fighter. Oh, yeah. My other fishing pole's still on the shore over there. Come on, big doggy. not a massive guy. He'll do. Trying to get the hook out. Come on, boy. That's literally the... Where are you going? Come on. It's got like a lockjaw thing going on. I can't get to my hook. Come on, man. I'm trying to help you out here. Open your jaw. Come on. Oh, wow. What the hell? Come on, buddy. I'm gonna help you out here. All right. He's a beaster. He's not as big as the other ones I caught, but looks pretty healthy. No black spots, no black tar, no nothing. Pretty healthy. He's going bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nobody's watching because nobody cares. Kidding. Only kidding. All right, now we gotta go see if there's something on the other one. Added Nat.